I, like every other terminally dependent user of the internet, rely on Wikipedia for any and every conceivable piece of common and uncommon knowledge imaginable. And why wouldn't I? Reasons abound, from the sheer convenience factor and widely eclectic topic base to my inner joy in pissing off my old teachers who used to say, "You can't use Wikipedia as a source." Yes, I can, you dunderhead. It's 2025, and despite academia's frivolous protests, Wikipedia is more truthful and fact-checked than any book ever written. After all, why depend on just one person or group's opinion when you can get information continually updated and peer-reviewed by potentially thousands of people? But perhaps my favorite trick from the puzzle-pieced pioneer of potentially pointless perspicacity is the grand sense of oddball discovery it has that very few other websites can keep up with. In other words, you can just find some really weird stuff on Wikipedia. It acts as a dumping ground of nearly all human knowledge of even a modicum of noteworthy quality, and sometimes what people think is important is downright stupid. Deep down in the depths of the website's educational radiance lies one of the worst pitfalls unbecoming of untrained laureates: trying to be funny. Despite how effortless I make it look, blending comedy with education is actually really fucking difficult. Most times you end up siding too heavily with one side or the other. Either your focus is on the material at hand, so your jokes earn you some polite guffaws alongside equal part eye rolls and groans, or your jokes end up dominating your presentation to the point where your audience becomes entertained, but walks away with nothing of substance when the curtain drops. And here we come to the purpose of this video: Wikipedia's deleted articles with freaky titles. This is a collection of real articles submitted to and then deleted from Wikipedia that range from dumb jokes to nonsense to some downright profound levels of unexplainable human thought pattern analysis. And I'm here to step up to the plate and do what Wikipedia can't do: make fun of these articles without embarrassing myself. Wikipedia's sense of humor often comes off as that same one as that coworker you have who likes to think he's knowledgeable of the internet, but really he just spends all of his time on Reddit thinking that anything the slightest bit quirky is the essence of comedy. If you want proof, well, the only reason this collection is specifically called Deleted Articles with Freaky Titles is because it forms the acronym DAFT, which then becomes the adjective applied to said articles. Really? That's the best you could do? Okay, watch me outdo you right now. Suspicious titles underlining perceivably idiotic details and requiring text investigation, creating laughter-eliciting scrolls. Stupid articles. Now, I came up with that myself, and I'm just one man. You've got thousands of writers, Wikipedia. Now, some of you may think I'm being a little harsh, but on that same page, they link an article called the List of Really Stupid Article Ideas That You Really Should Not Create. And while it's a general Wikipedia standards guide, it contains really tired attempts at humor, such as lolcats, calling Star Trek fans unwashed losers, and saying that an article called "Times That Sexual Positions Have Saved the World from Further Harm" would be unnecessary. Which, no, it wouldn't. That would be an awesome article to read. Are you guys stupid? Welp, here I am, trapped in the void. I'm not sure where in the video I'm going to be putting this, but I've been stuck in the infinite blackness for about 3 weeks now. Sometimes I forget where the door to get out of here is, and it's fine, don't worry about it. It hasn't really been that bad, and I haven't starved to death. Thanks to Factor. Factor is the meal delivery service that's so efficient they'll deliver the food to your door even if you're trapped in never-ending darkness. My time is very valuable, particularly because I spend most of my days retracing my steps in this unceasing hellscape looking for an exit, which means that Factor's easy-to-make meals are the perfect choice for me. Check out this archival footage of me cooking them by just using my microwave. It's easier than realizing that the only friend you may have for the next month is your imagination, and he only aims to mislead you. Factor offers up to 35 fresh, never frozen meals a week, including keto, calorie-smart, vegan, and vegetarian options. So when you do finally break your way through the impenetrable shadow forming in your mind prison, you'll have plenty of delicious options to cure your starvation. And don't forget breakfasts, smoothies, and midnight snacks to help you no matter what time you finally escape from your timeless chamber of nothing. Head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code 50Huggbees to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first Factor box. That's code 50Huggbees at factor75.com to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. Factor, the only brand that guarantees they'll never trap you in a fourth-dimensional maze. Just one last bit of info before we get started. All of these entries also have context pages where editors of Wikipedia write down reasons that they were deleted or the logic behind deleting them, etc., etc. The main takeaway to remember is that these are all real titles to Wikipedia articles that people created for one reason or another. Let's get started. Fuck it! Starting off really evocative of the tone of this list with its first entry. As much as I want to believe this was a rallying cry on the fact of fuck it, anyone can write a Wikipedia article on anything, it turns out this is an album title from an entirely unnoteworthy band that someone just scooped off their MySpace page. I'm going to use context clues to guess the band's name was something relevant to their priorities in life, such as, my mom's a stupid bitch for taking away my PlayStation. Question mark, question mark, question mark. On the outset, this one really isn't that interesting. Of course, Wikipedia articles made entirely out of spontaneous keyboard smashes are going to be made on the website just based on the sheer volume of user base. Would you find this one a bit more interesting if I mentioned that it had been deleted 7 different times? Probably not. But what if I mentioned the second time it was deleted back in 2005, the entire text of the article was ninjas are the... If I were Wikipedia, I think I'd just put that one back, because we probably just disrupted an ancient prophecy and we are now all fucking dead. Tilde, open parentheses, space 8, caret, parentheses, capital I, parentheses, which is an emoticon of Homer Simpson. Now damn, I knew the current economy is drawing ever bleaker with the rise of outsourcing labor to AI, but I don't think anyone's going to try to outsmart them anytime soon by replacing normal search queries with related ASCII art. Being realistic, did the person who did this think it was a common enough occurrence that the Homer emoticon needed its own article? I wonder if they searched Lushi to pull up Super Mario World, typed out all of this to Google the Mona Lisa, and got a bit meta by typing 8008 on their calculator to look up pornography. Uber Chicken Superior. Featuring the text, Uber Chicken Superior is a dominating chicken. They can be found in Germany and the Netherlands. They are wanted because their quality. Well, that's pretty self-explanatory. If you don't get that one, you might just be a silly bitch. Balloon release, replacing the word balloon with a balloon emoji. And it's a redirect to the balloon release article. Okay, see, now we're just showing off. I'm all for multiculturalism in our language, but we don't need to start devolving into kindergartner culture by replacing common words with pictures. Either way, that or the word release needs to be an emoji already, which confuses me because I thought the 2 emoji combination of eggplant sweat droplets did a perfectly fine job of conveying that. Chicken on a stick chevron. I'm gonna just flat out refuse to do my job here because someone already did it for me. Here's a direct quote from the context section of why the article was deleted. This is a local gas station cum convenience store. There is one on nearly every corner of every American city. At the risk of offending all the good Mississippian contributors out there, if a gas station is one of the most popular destinations in Lafayette County, life must be pretty dull there. As much as I will always take time in reveling in the time-honored tradition of pointing out what a shithole Mississippi is, I have a much more important question. Why is that gas station selling cum? How did the power plant was invented by? Thomas Edison. There's no context for this one, and I think deleting it was a shame because it shuts out all discussion on why when electricity made by inventor did he make process. Explain? 3 fucking times! 011000010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010 their own game? This is binary written in binary. And while I applaud the thoroughness of trying to consider every Wikipedia search possibility, I don't think you need to write a specific article designated to be found by bored computer science students Googling things while procrastinating their homework. 100% coupon. This one was a redirect to Wikipedia's article on guns, which proves me wrong. Maybe Wikipedia can be funny for once in a lifetime. One with a lot of zeros after it. Look, the point of this one is that the body of the article... Oh, God. Sorry, I have bad acid reflux. Anyway, look, the point of this one is that the body of the article only said one thing, that there were 100 zeros after the 1 in the title. But if you actually count them, there's only 99, meaning that whoever wrote this fucked up their one job. Whichever meth head was writing this useless Wikipedia article didn't do due diligence. Take this hard-hitting life advice. If you're gonna be annoying, at least do a damn fine job of it so you can get away with it. Like me! 14-15-20-8-9-14-7. Okay, so for this one, you have to use a standard A1Z26 cipher to translate it, and if you do, you get the word nothing, which... Okay, yeah, this is basically nothing. But things get decidedly more interesting when you look at the body of the article. Hello, friends. Welcome to my favorite part of the quest. You have no idea how much fun this has been to work on. I hope that all of you... And now I have to ask, are there hidden ARGs in Wikipedia? Was this guy doing something actually kind of incredible? How can I claim that this is my idea and do it first so I can make millions of dollars? Okay, well, I don't actually need to make it first. Look at Alexander Graham Bell, for example. Regardless, if this guy concocted an entire game within Wikipedia, then not only did the editors ruin the entire thing, but they spoiled the ending. Education and fun really are like oil and water. I swallow both so that I can properly breathe fire all over Wikipedia's no fun police. 1933 in video gaming. There were no video games in 1933. Fuck. 22.86 centimeter nails. This is a metric conversion of the band 9 Inch Nails, and I'm glad someone finally did this because now every non-American country can finally legally listen to their music. Now, if only America would end its sloppy love affair with Liberia and Myanmar so we can stop measuring stuff in feet like it's a bunch of disgusting fetishists. A young man dressed as a gorilla, dressed as an old man, sits rocking in a rocking chair for 56 minutes and then leaves. This is a show that debuted at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival and is exactly what it sounds like. The point of the whole thing is that it's a joke on the audience, and then when they realize that absolutely nothing else is going to happen, they begin talking to entertain themselves, heckling, all sorts of other stuff until it's finally over. It's been performed 9 different times so far at the festival, which to me says the barrier of entertainment is so low that they may as well call it the Edinburgh Cringe Festival.
Acetylcerol tyrosylcerylshisolusultheranolcerylprolylcerylglutaminylphenylalanol valophenylalanylusilcerylcereal valotryptophylalanylosylalspargynolvalylosylasparaginolvalocystiny. L3-anylzerylcerylsulglysilasparaginolglutamine-elphin.
Okay, yeah, so that's the title of the next article. Oh, I wasn't even going to try. I do know one thing that'll make it better.
Acetylcerol tyrosylcerylshisolusultheranolcerylprolylcerylglutaminylphenylalanol valophenylalanylusilcerylcereal valotryptophylalanylosylalsparaginolvalocystiny. L3-anylzerylcerylsulglysilasparaginolglutamine-elphin.
Adolf Rizzler. On the deletion logs for each of these pages is a little notification that says if a page you created or a file you uploaded has been deleted and you wish to know why, see Wikipedia. Why was the page I created deleted? But I think for this article in particular, it should have just read, go fuck yourself. Aeroneurophycosis. According to the original article, aeroneurophycosis is a medical term for a sexual attraction to airplanes. At least it would be if it wasn't completely made up. I googled this term in an effort to find any sort of information, and the only really related thing that came up besides references to the actual deleted article is a Bandcamp link from world-renowned artist .yif from random god who makes furry gore grind music and has a #1 chart-topping song titled Not Your Average Day at the FurCon / aeroneuropsychosis / How Do I Stop My Son from Watching Pikachu Porn / gaping wound / yif yellow infected flayed fucker / tail plug or bust a nut / oh whoa / rainforest wasn't even that bad. Let's take a listen, shall we? Okay, that's enough. Albert Pujols. Okay, I'm not putting on a bit. I'm gonna read what I wrote here verbatim. I'm not putting on a bit. This is a phonetic redirect to baseball player Albert Pujols, and I can't lie, I am not a proud man. I laughed for 10 straight minutes when I read this one. I just laughed just now trying to record this one. Albert Pujols. The fact it's more than one hole is what really gets me. Alpacas and buffalo are the same thing. No, they're not. Amazing face on rock that looks like Hitler. Aha, see, this one I actually did some detective work on. This article was written by a person who made this YouTube video. I watched all 1 minute and 19 seconds of this nonsense, and Hitler's face is nowhere to be found on that rock. But I think for some reason the video creator really thought this video was going to be a big deal and tried to make a Wikipedia article for it preemptively. There's even a 7-year-old comment that summarizes this entire entry. Did you really have to create a Wikipedia article on this rock, Lamau? A piano for Mrs. Crack. The best guess I have at this one is it's a parody of A Piano for Mrs. Chimino, a 1982 made-for-TV movie. The phrase "a piano for Mrs. Crack" is potentially a long-forgotten slang for vagina from the 80s based on some discussions I've seen online. All I know is even if it's not, I'm gonna start using this in my daily life because it's an incredible phrase. Other than that, it's the name of some guy who played Team Fortress 2 for a whopping 6 minutes. So if you start to see this name crop up in TF2 servers, I am absolutely taking credit for that. You're welcome. If you're old enough to have seen the 80s, let me know in the comments if this is a real phrase. This is not engagement bait. I really want to know if this is real, and I couldn't find many sources related to it. I just want to know if someone on Wikipedia had a mental breakdown or if this is actual slang. As a parent, would you be willing to let your kids get a bath or shower right now fully clothed in their shoes and socks? What in the fuck is this question? As a man who loves deconstructing stupid hypotheticals, what the hell do I do with this one? By get a bat, do you mean acquire one or take one to the face? Because those are two very different experiences. Also, are you considering just putting shoes and socks on to be fully clothed? And why do you have to start this one with as a parent? I need to be a parent to be asked about my kids in the first place. Okay, you know what? I actually got plenty out of this hypothetical with that, thank you. Ass full of knife. This was a redirect to anal sex, which makes me very, very concerned that some people are doing it very, very wrong. Ass flakes. New from the makers of Ass Full of Knife comes Ass Flakes. Baby alligator Sacagawea. Searching for this brings up absolutely nothing, and maybe that's exactly what they want you to think. There's a new conspiracy theory here, I swear to God, because the only other explanation is people are weird and just come up with crazy unexplainable shit. And which one of those is more believable? Baby born with a penis on its back. Case in point, people are just gonna try to publish any weird idea that they can think of, except that one's real, and it happened twice! The condition is called fetus in fetu, and it's a very rare condition where one baby in a pair of twins fails to fully develop in the womb and is absorbed by the other before birth. If you want, you can Google it to see some really gross and potentially disturbing photos. Hooray! I'm gonna put like kittens and puppies and stuff on the screen to help make this better. 2 incidents of this resulting in a baby with a boner on his backside. What the fuck, script writing me? I can't just say that out loud. Oh well, I just did. Occurred in 2010 in China and in 2017 in Azerbaijan. In both cases, the child came out with its former twin's genitals on its back and in addition to a normal pair where they should be. Doctors surgically removed them, and the baby went on to live a happy, healthy life of being called Double Penis Boy by his friends and family. Now let's quickly move on from this topic before I'm arrested for something taken out of context. Baby catapult. Alright, now we're talking. This one actually pisses me off because when Wikipedia deletes these articles, the deletion log only gives you a preview of what was deleted and not the entire thing. Here's what you get. The baby catapult is an invention of insane genius Maxwell Q infant launcher of Indianapolis, Indiana. It is not meant to launch actual infants. It is what? Come on, Wikipedia, stop robbing the world of precious knowledge because of your quality standards. Thankfully, some intrepid Googling gave me an archive of the full article. The baby catapult is an invention of insane genius Maxwell Q, infant launcher of Indianapolis, Indiana. It is not meant to launch actual infants. It is meant to launch Cabbage Patch Kids and the sort. The goal is for them to go 100 feet in the air and 500 feet along the ground. The catapult should be finished by mid-2004, and I am left disappointed again. Mid-2004 was 21 years ago. Where's my goddamn baby catapult infant launcher? Bad Zelda. This entry was created and deleted back in 2006. Wikipedia editors are allowed to submit discussion votes on why an article should or shouldn't be deleted. Here's an excerpt from someone voting for deletion. This is, in essence, fan-made Zelda porn. Slapping the word manga on it does not make it notable. I mean, yeah, that's a really good point. Now, let's read the article from the only person saying that this article should not have been deleted. This is one of only 2 Zelda hentais in existence. Its lack of circulation. It is indeed drawn in the manga style, so calling it that is appropriate. The reason for the lack of circulation is that it is originally written in French. Bad Zelda is the English name it goes by. I am unsure of what the French translation would be, but that explains why it has not shown up on engines. Wow. What a simpler time, man. One of only 2 Zelda hentais in existence. 2006 really was a year of starvation and oppression. I mean, just going on rule34.xxx right now and typing in Zelda gives us all this, and I mean, look, we even have fucking categories now for all the different Zeldas. I love living in the future. Fucking categories. That's a good pun. And hey, speaking of video games, did you know what else didn't exist in the year 2006? My second channel, Huggbees Gamer Mode. Look at all these hours and hours of videos that you could be watching right now. I make podcast-style content for that channel entirely for fun and out of the goodness of my heart. So go check it out if you like video games, or dudes shooting the shit about dumb things, or me, or it doesn't matter. Go check it out. It's just good stuff that I enjoy making. Ballad of Saddam Hussein. The only text on this page was lyrics. Doo-doo, 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 you're dead. Which sounds more like the lyrics to Saddam Hussein's Sandstorm. And I wrote this script, and now that I'm reading it out loud, that is actually a really good tongue twister that works on a lot of levels. Saddam Hussein Saddam Hussein's Sandstorm. Saddam Hussein's Sandstorm. Saddam Hussein's Sandstorm. It's not bad, try it. The point is, these lyrics are not accurate. I found the real song by this name with a quick Google search, and I gotta say, it's a real hootenanny.
You're a foreign culture, well that's okay with us. But when you hurt people and start making a fuss, we get at the warships, men and airplanes too. Technology's a strong point, we may use it on you. How about the technology doors?
The most puzzling thing about this song is Saddam Hussein was executed back in 2006, but this song only showed up on SoundCloud in 2022 with the description, U.S. Ultimatum to Saddam Hussein 1991. So either the guy who wrote it is hilariously late or hilariously early. Barack Obizzle. The handy deletion note of this one says, a combination of Barack Obama and Izzle. Oh, now I get it. Come on, guys. That note's about as helpful as the used tissues you can buy on Amazon for some reason. Barking scarf. Redirects to Yorkshire Terrier, proving that Wikipedia can be funny twice in its lifetime. Beef stash. The entire text of this article read, a rather grade A mustache that appears to have had meat particles in it, which means the mystery is finally solved. I've been trying to figure out what this word meant for over a decade now, and now that my quest is complete, I can finally die. So long! Beer belly causes. Beer. The cause is beer. Ben Harrison, there was a problem with your search. This is probably temporary. Try again in a few moments. Or you can search Wikipedia through an external search service. Yeah, Ben, you stupid asshole. The funniest part of this is how would Ben even find this article? The title implies Ben begins every single Wikipedia search with his own first name, which I mean, I do that because I like my search terms to be populated with incredibly attractive men, but why would some guy with an average loser name like Ben Harrison even bother? Either that or old Ben here is actively searching for failed search query terms, and that's just too many levels of meta even for me, so let's move on before I vomit. Benny, go home. Ben gets a whole explanation, but Benny just gets told to fuck off, I guess. Big bad sex words. This was always my favorite nursery rhyme growing up. The three little pigs and the big bad sex words. The scene where he with a candlestick is my absolute favorite. Hey, you want to see a little behind the scenes magic of me making videos? So even though I'm an extremely savvy improv comedian and I basically never have to go back and ever revise my scripts or do any changes, I like scripting my videos because it helps organize all of my thoughts and get all the pacing right for how I'm presenting things. And I figured for this one list entry, I would just try using voice to text typing in Google Docs just for fun. Now, for reference, when I put down stage directions in my editing notes, I typically put them in parentheses in the line, like this. So that's the version that I typed up myself on my keyboard. Now let's see the voice-to-text version, and I'm gonna go ahead and read it. This was always my favorite nursery rhyme growing up. The three little pigs and the big bad sex pervert. The scene where he... parentheses, make all sorts of obscene gestures and completely bleep my speaking close parentheses, oh, close parentheses, holy shit, close parentheses, close friends, holy shit. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure we're there with the technology yet. Big fucking sandwich. When I see entries like these, I wonder why there was any effort behind them to begin with. The text body for this one was, big fucking sandwich is a term used to describe an overstuffed sandwich enjoyed by many. What's the thought process here? Some inquisitive scholar is going to do some intrepid Googling, stumble upon this and say, oh yes, of course that makes sense. Wikipedia is going to be getting a fat Benjamin from my PayPal the next time they go around asking for donations, that's for fucking sure. I understand some of you are bored, but stop polluting the education ecosystem with your nonsense. Go outside and try to catch some fish with your bare hands or whatever it is people without anything to contribute to society do. I don't know. Big Hat Boy. Okay, this one is actually extremely fucking cool. According to the entry notes on this one, Big Hat Boy is allegedly a nickname for a species of moth. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. Googling the phrase Big Hat Boy turns up basically absolutely nothing except hats for big boys. But, and just like your mother, this is a big but, the moth in question already has an incredible name, Uraba lugans, also known as the gum leaf skeletonizer, because of how much it loves fucking up eucalyptus. And it's nicknamed the Mad Hatterpillar because when it builds a cocoon as a larva, it stacks its shed head exoskeletons on top of itself to look more intimidating to potential predators. You guys really want to call this badass the Big Hat Boy? Well, let me tell you something. You absolutely should, because that's adorable. Big tits. Yep. Bill Cosby's list of people who have the brain damage. I don't care what the context is, I just wanted to say that out loud. Birth defects considered snazzy by the FDA. That one too. And then another giggly piece of trivia is when this article was brought to a vote on whether or not it should be deleted, the only contributor who voted to keep it defended their decision by saying, quote, "You'd be surprised." Blazing Angels, Squadrons of World War II. Mission 5, Walkthroughs for Wii. Pay close attention to the fact that the game title is spelled, capitalized, and punctuated perfectly, which by my deduction says an actual child copied and pasted the first half of the title and then hand wrote the second half. Now, this is a game I had never heard of, and I imagine most of you haven't either, and I was curious on what the contents of this game walkthrough article written by an actual 7-year-old contained. Allow me to read the contents verbatim. Fuck, damn bitch, whore, you fucker. So if you're stuck on Mission 5 of Blazing Angels, Squadrons of World War II for the Wii, just, just try that, I guess. Blue chocolate. The article text was, blue chocolate was made in Chocolate Town. Blue chocolate was made by Mr. Chocolate, and he died of eating too much chocolate. Guys, let me handle the how it's actually made jokes, okay? I've seen your TikTok edits. None of you have any idea what subtlety is, but I do thank you for all the free advertising. Bob the Cow, with the very next article being Bob tipping. Okay, Wikipedia can be funny 3 times. Breakfast cereal for people with syphilis. This is a reference to a Halloween episode of The Simpsons where Moe eats a breakfast cereal for people with syphilis called Penicillos. The logical side of my brain is upset that they didn't just make the article called Penicillos, but I'm just gonna jump back to one of my earlier points and ask, who the fuck assumes people are searching Wikipedia for this stuff? And finally, bucocracy. There's just so many more entries on this list, but this video is getting really long and I'm gonna have to call it here. I'll probably point out even more great entries depending on how this video does and if I feel like it, but I'd rather you find folks be left wanting more instead of being bombarded and bored. I mean, we only got through the B's section of the entire list. There's still 24 fucking letters of the alphabet to scratch our heads curiously at. But let's close this confusing book for now and move on to something else also funny and interesting, shall we? This is where you should click on another one of my videos. Go on. Okay, I'll help you out. Here, right here, I'll put it on the screen. This is the one I did on crazy state laws. You know, those weird laws you hear that might exist in your state that don't make any sense or they're really old and outdated. Did a video on those, debunking a lot of them. Go watch that. It's a good one. Nothing funny is going to happen. If you stay here, nothing funny is going to happen.